Hi everyone, it's Jennifer here with another lesson on conditionals in English. I know this is turning into quite a long series on conditionals, but there's truly a lot to talk about. We use conditional sentences every day, so it's a very useful grammar topic. My lessons provide review and expansion. If anything, you're going to feel more confident by the time you finish this playlist. Did you just catch my use of if anything? In the last lesson, as a bonus task, I asked you to think about this phrase. Do we use if anything to emphasize or soften an idea? My example was about a strange toothpaste flavor I heard about. Coffee toothpaste doesn't seem like a good idea. If anything, it defeats one of the purposes of brushing your teeth, to freshen your breath. Dongjin Seo gave a wonderful explanation. Take a look. If anything emphasizes an idea, I think it is similar to in fact or actually. Correct, those are very similar expressions. Rype agrees. He wrote, I think using the phrase if anything strengthens the meaning of the sentence and emphasizes what you have just said. Yes, and Sam clarified this point even further. I think if anything emphasizes the idea because when you use that expression, you're saying that coffee toothpaste wouldn't freshen your breath. Exactly. Thanks, Sam, Rype, and Dongjin Seo. If anything isn't a full if clause with a subject and a verb, but the meaning is understood. So I'm including this phrase in our discussion of implied conditionals. If anything is common in conversation. In our last lesson, we looked at other implied conditionals that are probably more common in writing because they're slightly more formal. We looked at if need be, if necessary, if possible, if so, if not, and otherwise. We'll look at some of your examples to review. Here's a good one. You should give plenty of your attention to learning and mastering vocabulary along with grammar when you're learning a language. Otherwise, you will not make the progress you expect. What's implied? If you don't give plenty of attention to vocabulary along with grammar, then Rype wrote, are you planning to come to Egypt at any point in the future? If so, I would love to host you and your family as a little thank you for your efforts in teaching us English. Well, thank you. What's implied by if so? If you plan to visit Egypt, then, right? If so implies what the outcome is in that case. So Rype is really saying, if that's the case, then I'll host you. If not is the opposite. If that isn't the case. Let's look at Susanna's example. She wrote, I'll do my homework. If not, I won't improve in grammar as much as I want. So she's saying, if I don't do that, I won't improve. Here's an example that combines if so and if not. Are you going to the market? If so, please get me a book on English grammar. If not, could you please give me yours? Look at two of Molly's sentences. Note one small change I'm going to make to keep a polite tone. She wrote, if possible, can we meet this weekend? If necessary, come see me tomorrow. What's implied? If it is possible, if it is necessary, or if you find it necessary. George reminds us that if possible and if necessary can also be used at the end of a sentence. He wrote, you can use the emergency exit if necessary. Walk slowly on the wet floor, otherwise you'll fall. Please call me back in 10 minutes if possible. Roxana wrote about necessity using if need be. Take a look, and I'll make a change. Note my suggestions for a more formal tone. If need be, I will sell some of my things so that I will be able to travel around the world. What's implied? If there is a need, or if I need to. And finally, VJ created an example with 3 of our phrases. Note my suggestions for clarity. Do you enjoy learning English by watching Jennifer ESL videos? If so, subscribe to her YouTube channel and relish it. If not, you can ask your questions and she will tackle them. If possible, don't forget to like and comment on her videos. Thank you to everyone who posted their examples. There are other times in formal and informal English when we don't use a full if clause. If you've watched my advanced grammar lessons, you'll likely recognize if plus a past participle as a reduced adverb clause. If given the chance, I'd love to travel more. If given the choice, some people prefer to vacation at the same place every year. Remember, those reductions are possible only when the subjects are the same in both clauses. Sometimes the conjunction but or but then implies a conditional. I'd gladly travel more, but then I'd lose precious time with my children. The preposition without can also imply a condition and a likely result. Without sufficient income, a big vacation is difficult to manage. It's also possible sometimes to state a result and imply the condition. You're so lucky that you got to travel to London during the royal wedding. I would have loved that. Here's a new phrase, if nothing else. Like if anything, we use if nothing else for emphasis. Both phrases are common in spoken English, but if nothing else emphasizes the one good thing we see in a person or in a situation, and the rest is likely not good. Cape Cod is a popular vacation spot in New England. If nothing else, it's on the water. The water can be very cold, though. We once stayed at a cheap hotel there. They had clean beds, if nothing else. I can't say anything good about the bathroom. The other time we went, it rained the whole time. Well, if nothing else, we had a change of scenery. In all 3 examples, I'm speaking rather negatively about Cape Cod. My sentences suggest that I can't find many good things, so I'm emphasizing a single positive feature instead. With the phrase, if nothing else, I'm implying it may not be good in any other way, but... For homework, create your own example with if nothing else. Write it in the comments. We'll wrap this lesson up with 4 conversational expressions that use a full if clause, but they imply part of the result. You went to Hawaii last year, right? If you don't mind me asking, how much did you pay for your airfare? We use if you don't mind me asking, and then a question. This structure is good when you know you're asking for personal or otherwise private information. You're sorry for possibly intruding or causing discomfort, but you're curious enough to ask. If you ask me, everything is overpriced in Hawaii. If you ask me is used with a statement when you're giving a frank opinion, although no one invited you to do this. If you must know, we didn't pay the full price of the hotel room because we're friends with the manager. We use if you must know when we're giving information reluctantly. Maybe it's personal, maybe it's private business. In any case, it's not information that we easily or freely share with others. Another expression we use when we do something reluctantly is if you insist. We have to see a cattle ranch when we go to Hawaii. It's not at the top of my list, but okay, if you insist. Follow me on Facebook and visit my YouTube community tab for more practice with these conditions. If you don't mind me asking, if you ask me, if you must know, if you insist. Here's a bonus task you can do in the comments. How do you understand the full result in the following statements? If only we had booked the tour in advance. If only they had 2 more tickets. What bad luck. You can post your thoughts in the comments along with your example with, if nothing else. We'll look over your ideas in the next lesson on conditionals. That's all for now. As always, thanks for watching and happy studies.
Become a sponsor of English with Jennifer. You'll get a special badge, bonus posts, on-screen credit, and a monthly live stream. Click on the link or look in the video description for more information. Note that sponsorships are not available in every country at this time. I'd like to say a very special thank you to my current sponsors. Hopefully more of you will join us for the next live stream. Join me on my YouTube community tab for special posts each week. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. That way you'll get notification of every new video I upload to YouTube.